Timothy, what stands out about the Blue Jackets and the challenge that they present tonight?
Yeah, we know they're a good team 5-on-5 and score a lot of goals. Have a lot of fast players going through the neutral zone, so it'll be a good test for us, a good bounce back game.
How do you kind of push forward to just kind of scrub that last game, but also make sure you put your best foot forward before the holiday break here?
Yeah, I mean we watched film from last game. Obviously not a good game for us, so just kind of learn from that and try to have a good game before the break.
What would the look be like if you are skating with someone like Jake McCabe tonight?
I don't know. I think our focus today is just having a solid game, good defensively, give the puck to the forwards, and play physical and play good D zone first and foremost, and then join the rush and stuff like that. But I think the focus is just play good defensively.
You've had a few games now. How do you feel conditioning-wise after? I mean, you were skating quite a bit before you came back, but now that you've had a few games under your belt since injury, how do you feel?
Yeah, conditioning-wise feels pretty good. I think first game back was a little bit tough on the legs, but I feel pretty good now.
To be good defensively, how do you as a group be a little bit better just in terms of making life difficult for the opponent and getting to your net?
I think just being more physical. I think last game we didn't really make any stop. We didn't stop plays from happening. We didn't push guys up the boards, and I think that's what we need to do today.
How much has there been an emphasis on defensive play, taking care of the puck, playing as a five-man unit in the back end?
Yeah, that's ideal. I think that's main focus for any team is to be well defensively and translate offensively. So I think that's just the main focus for us is making sure we're doing our job in the defensive zone. It'll lead to hopefully a lot of ozone opportunities for us, and I think that's probably focus for us is be good defensively and translate offensively.
What have you seen out of Max defensively? Like just as the years gone on, I don't know, there's a comfort level that kind of goes into it as he's gotten adjusted to being here, just in terms of the plays he's making, the passes we're seeing. What's your read on him? Yeah,
he's a very skilled, talented player. It's good to see him getting comfortable and more. He's always a confident player, but just kind of bouncing his way. I think for me, I'm very fortunate to have him on my line. He plays a lot of speed, a lot of skill, so I'm happy to be playing with him. It's good to see him having success, and I know he's going to take off even more from here.
He'd been in the league quite a while. Is there anything you learned about him that you maybe didn't know this year?
Well, I mean, not that you would never think the opposite, but just a really nice guy. I think he's a really, really nice guy. I think he's a really tough guy on the ice too as well, and you don't know how these guys were. So my brother told me he's a really nice guy too, and just him on my line helps me a lot, and he's a very approachable guy, so that's what I learned about him pretty much.
It looked like Callie got up pretty early. What's the status for tonight's game?
It looks like he's going to be good to go, just as long as breakfast settles right and lunch goes right as well. So seemed to be trending that way. Yesterday wasn't where he wanted to be or needed to be, but he seems like he's building strength through today.
What becomes the focus outside of the obvious from just playing better defensively, like against the Blue Jackets team here?
Yeah, well, outside of the defensive play, it was, it's about taking charge of the game offensively. I think even when we started in Buffalo the other night, I thought, in that first 10 minutes or so, I really liked our start. We were on their half of the ice a lot. We had the puck in good spots a lot. I thought we, despite the fact that we scored 2 goals in the first period and we had a 2-1 lead, I thought we had even more opportunities to stress the goaltender and get to the inside and attack the net. And when we're at our best, we do that as well or better than anybody. And for me, it's taken us too long here in recent games to get to that. So I think that's an important piece that should, with better defensive play, should allow us to take control of the game early.
Bobby McMahon, I mean, the goal last week naturally gets a lot of attention, but how are you seeing him play in general as he tries to continue to fortify a spot?
Yeah, I think the more he's played, he's getting more comfortable. I thought his line in particular was, were real standouts for us in that first period in Buffalo. really came on for us. Some of the best clips that we showed our group yesterday was that line doing work and showing how effective it was. We need more of that type of play from all of our lines. When they're skating and forechecking and working like that away from the puck. Our more talented offensive lines are gonna be able to really thrive like that. But Bobby's skating. He's on the puck. I've found a couple things. He's on the ice for a couple goals against that I didn't like the other night. To me, in lots of ways, a byproduct of he's giving so much energy into his shifts early, and he needs to, and he's on top of the puck. I've found that late in the shifts he looks tired and he's starting to make some mistakes. So to me, it's about maintaining that level of play and then finding the right times to get off the ice and hand it off to others.
Max's line, that line's been pretty consistently playing together for a long stretch here. What have you made of Max's play and the line in general the last month or so?
Yeah, the line itself, I think I would say has been okay for us. Max himself, I think, is doing what he does. He's when he gets a chance to make a play, he's made a play, scored a big goal for us on the power play the other night. Obviously, had a big night against Pittsburgh when we needed him to step up in Matthews' absence. But the line itself is, I had talked about it over, the last day or so about making some changes there as well and kind of shaking things up. Ultimately, just decided to go back with Nylander with Tavares as my main change. But, that's the line itself, especially as we move on to the road here again tonight. It's on my mind a bit, but I think as I zoom out and look at it as a whole, I think the line has been productive for us, but I'm not necessarily happy with where it's trending.
I'm just curious what you've seen, I guess, of late that you feel now is the right time to go back to Nylander with Tavares as you started the year.
Yeah, I just looking at it again here, being on the road, I find that the Matthews generally is going to get all the attention and the toughest matchups and the most focus on game planning and such. And I feel like Nylander, away from Matthews presents some additional challenges for opposition. And then probably the biggest thing is just we're coming off a couple of losses here, and despite the fact that Matthews has been scoring consistently, I don't know that I would say that Willie has been a huge contributor to those goals. So I believe that Austin can still continue to be Austin and continue to work well with no matter who I have him with. And then the Tavares-Bertuzzi line has been the best line we've had all season when they've been together. So we had them together against Pittsburgh not long ago, which of course was a great night for us. So it's just something for me when I'm looking at changing some things up that I naturally would go to. But the rest of the lines are on my mind as well.